Good evening and welcome to the Indie Voice Show, where artists can listen, learn, and grow with knowledge empowering success. And now, here is your host, singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, Miss Wendy Hicks.
Hey guys, we are family. I tell you. So for those of you that are not on, I don't know why I always want to look that way. For those of you that are, and I say that at the beginning of every show, for those of you that are not watching the behind the scenes Facebook Live, I have a very special surprise guest. But before I introduce my very special surprise guest, we're going to introduce my co-host and special guest for tonight, Miss Deli Rowe, all the way live from Richmond, Virginia. Woo woo!
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Oh gosh! And then we've got Kurt Hoffler here from Connecticut. Is that Bridgeport?
No, I live actually outside of Hartford.
Outside of Hartford. Okay, Bridgeport is the only part of Connecticut I know. So Kurt Hoffler is here, and I have grabbed him and asked him to come up and be a part of the quick panel discussion that we're going to have. Again, since we have relaunched the show, Indie Voice, I really wanted to make sure that the show is a lot more informative and that, indie artists that are watching can gain some information and insight on what they need to do to move forward with their musical projects. And so I've been showing this trusty dusty Indie Bible, and it got kind of torn up, but I've been finding articles from the Indie Bible, some very interesting articles. The article from last week, the 20 mistakes that independent artists have a tendency to make, was very informative, and I have posted it on the Facebook, my Facebook fan page, which is Indie Voice. And so this week, the article that we're going to talk about, and we're going to condense it because we want to make sure that we have enough time to hear Deli do her 30-minute set. But I thought this was interesting. This caught my attention. So the article is streaming the pros and cons of Spotify, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, and more. The person that wrote this article is Joe Jaworski from Paste Magazine. This article was written in 2015. So some of the stats might be a little different, maybe a little, but I still think that the information that's provided in this article would be beneficial. So now the article starts with it says where to put your music as a beginning artist can be a daunting question, which is true. You finished your project. Now you're trying to figure out which medium you're going to use to get it out there. And it seems to be a pretty interesting topic for debate because we don't know which option is best. And the bottom line is I think it just boils down to, what you're looking for in terms of what you want to get back, and if getting exposure is more important than the monetary gain, it could be an option. So it says, again, every online service has pros and cons, and different programs work better for different genres, artists, and scenes. Finding the right distribution method can be tough, and the industry is still going through growing pains when it comes to royalty payments. So knowing the ins and outs of each distribution service is vital as an artist. So now the first solution that they mentioned is Bandcamp. Now, are both of you or either of you familiar with Bandcamp?
Yes, all my music is on Bandcamp.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how do you find Bandcamp? Well, before we go into that, I first have to say, I know you definitely follow this Indie Bible, and It has been very, very informative and a great resource for you.
Yes, and I encourage everybody, please get it. It's only like $60, and you get so much information. You get venues all over the world. You get radio stations, blogs, and people that will actually pay attention to your music and pay attention to you as an artist. So please get it.
Oh, okay. All right. So in terms of Bandcamp, and so the article references Bandcamp, SoundCloud. Of course, we've got iTunes, YouTube. So out of those, Spotify, and again, without making it a very long discussion, we've got Pandora too. Out of the ones that they've referenced in this article, which has been the best for you, and what are some of the things that you consider when determining which distribution or streaming distribution you'd like to use?
I think for me, the two that have been the most beneficial are definitely YouTube and Bandcamp. YouTube has become the new Google. So anything that people have learned how to change their tires on YouTube. You know what I mean? So you always want to put yourself in a situation where you're accessible to people. So I definitely recommend any artist, make sure you have a YouTube page and make sure that you kind of keep it up frequently. Bandcamp I like because the money comes directly to you. They take their little percentage and you get the rest of your money, as opposed to like iTunes. You might have to wait for it to go through whatever process it goes through, and then by the time you get it, you don't even know, what it's supposed to look like. So Bandcamp, I say, is very important because it's basically like direct to fan.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the two I think are the ones you listed that I would recommend the most.
Okay. So Kurt, in terms of what you think is one of the best streaming distribution
I gotta
options.
agree with Deli. I think Bandcamp is the way to go. On Bandcamp, sometimes some of the artists may set a price. They may say, hey, if you listen on the website, they may say, hey, whatever price you want to pay, then that's what you'll be able to pay for the product. Also, it allows you to listen to the song in its entirety. So I think that's a good thing versus on some of these other distributions. You only have between maybe 45 seconds to maybe a minute and 30 seconds to actually kind of like get a feel for the song. Sometimes that may not be enough for the listener.
Okay.
Some people, they want to hear the whole thing before they spend their money, so I understand.
Right. Okay. And then one of the things you mentioned during the break or when we were setting up was the importance of also having a website. And we kind of talked about that last week as well.
Yeah, I think doing the website is probably even better because you cut out the middleman. You don't have to worry about paying iTunes or Google Play or anyone else a certain percentage for every album or a single song sold. When the audience purchases directly from the artist's website, they get all of the money. So I think that's just a great benefit. But it all depends on what kind of website people have. Some people don't have that capability, and if they don't, I encourage you to get a website where you're able to put music on there and people can buy it, because it'll just help you out in the long run in terms of making something back for all the hard work you put into your project.
Right. So do you have any experience with Pandora or?
Yeah, I have a Pandora station. And,
you have them all, don't you?
I do have all those. But I have a Pandora station, and I think it's cool for exposure.
Yes.
But I wouldn't recommend you looking to that to make money. Like, you're not going to make a lot of money from that. Even major artists, they don't make a lot of money from Pandora. I think that's something that we're working on trying to change as far as songwriters altogether. But I think those, like Spotify, if you can get on a Spotify playlist, that's really good exposure because, people listen to those playlists all day long for different activities and that kind of thing. And Pandora is the same thing. You kind of just get good exposure from them.
Okay. Now, again, this article will be posted on Facebook page. Let me give a shout out. Hey, Lorinda and Michael, my brother and sister watching. Hey, Dan, welcome. Hey, Kat. Hey, Keith. Glad you guys could join us on Facebook Live. Hope you are tuning in also on listenvisionlive.com. So now we're going to take a quick break and come back, and I'll do a quick bio read for Deli, and then we'll do a quick interview before we go into the live acoustic set. Yes, we'll do a commercial. So we'll see you in a few minutes. For joining us. Now, I am getting ready to do a quick bio read just to give you an idea of who Miss Deli Rowe is, and then we're going to ask a couple of questions because, again, I'm excited about getting to the. And make sure you watch the clock because I start talking and lose track. Now, Deli Rowe is an R&B singer-songwriter out of Richmond, Virginia. Mm-hmm. You've been building a loyal following in Richmond and beyond, starting with the release of your self-produced debut EP, Growing Pains, and that was in 2010.
Yes, a long time ago.
Yeah, right. Nowadays it seems like just yesterday. And then it says, in the past year alone, you have built a 6,000 plus strong fan base on social media. You've built a reputation as a vibrant, authentic, and passionate performer, which is true. You know what? I'm going to let you talk about this. I just want to go right to my very first impression. First of all, I'd like to thank Kurt here for introducing us. Kurt connected us, and that just goes to show too. It is so important that that we make sure that we stay connected because you never know who you're going to meet in this business, right? Yeah. And so when Kurt told me about you, I went online and my first impression was your EPK, your press kit. I remember that. Yeah. And I had never seen anyone that had actually done a live video representation of what they've done. Mm-hmm. But your personality it shined through your press kit. And I was like, man, I'd really like to get to know her. Uh-huh. And then you came on the show. You were here about a year ago.
Yeah, it was a year.
So a lot of things have happened since then. Yes. I saw you've been traveling and touring all over. So just briefly, tell us what's been happening in your life since appearing on the Indie Voice Show.
Well, everything always goes up since you come on the Indie Voice Show. So remember that.
Thank you.
But let's see. I released another project this past September called Smile Again, and it's been really, really, really great. It's been received really well, which is always a relief for artists, because sometimes we make music and we don't know who's going to listen. But we've been blessed to been able to travel and sing my music in different areas and in different cities, and the love has been there, and that's always an incredible thing. Just released a music video yesterday, and I know that we'll probably get to that later, but if we don't, then you can check it out on my YouTube channel, and I'll put all that info out
we're
there.
getting to that.
Oh, okay. We're going to get to that. But, it's just been a really great journey, just continuing to grow, continuing to just learn as much as I can, and continuing to share as much as I can and inspire people.
Oh, yes. So we're actually going to show the video while you're setting up to do your set. Oh, so we talked about what you've been doing since the last time you were on the show. We talked a little bit about the Indie Bible and how it has helped you. Mm-hmm. Now, you've been doing quite a bit of touring, and I know that artists that are watching really want to know, how do you get out of your home state? We've got a lot of people that don't, they perform around in their local area but don't get a chance to have exposure in the different states. Mm-hmm. So what have you been doing in terms of marketing and being on your grind to get exposure outside of Richmond?
Well, the first thing is that I try to build relationships with people in other cities, kind of like how you mentioned with Kurt and how you and I met. I think that's important too, really supporting other people's events, because you never know, like you may go to, let's say you got a friend that lives here and I'm from Richmond, and I come to their event and they introduce me to different people, and next thing you know, I'm doing a show. I think that's important. The second thing is really doing your research, really doing your research, really reading and just finding out as much information as you possibly can, finding out different events that are going on in the city, find out about different festivals and that kind of thing, and just kind of continuing to grow. And just, you're going to come up against opposition, but you got to keep fighting through it. Especially as an independent artist, you may not get as much of a chance as maybe somebody who's a major artist, whatever that means. But, you just got to keep going for it, and that's important to me. So I just say just keep going, keep finding different opportunities, different ways to put your feet, get your feet out there, and you'll be fine. So, yeah.
And one of the things, too, what I admire, one of the many things I admire, I have to say, so I do follow you on your YouTube channel, and we'll make sure that people know how to stay connected to you once we finish the show. I like how you offer an inside glance of what your life is like, how you you put time and effort into your career. You do the research, you do a lot, you do the videos, you do a lot, and a big part of that is time management because you also work full time,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
I mean, I just think it's amazing. Kurt and I, we have conversations all the time. You know, it's like that deli is on her grind. I mean, with the whole research. I also like the fact, and my memory, you know, I'm a part of the 50 plus crew. So my memory isn't all that great. But one of the things that I thought was really cool too is how you utilize different platforms. And you actually have a training class on social media that is, what is it, Udemy?
Udemy. Yeah, Udemy. Yeah. It's on there.
So, and then you just happen to do research and find all of these different platforms and just try them out.
Yeah, and the class is only $20. Like, you can invest $20 in yourself to learn how to market yourself. So
were you able to get followers from that as well?
Yeah, a lot of people have bought the class, which is, I almost forget about it sometimes. But, you know, people have been on there, which is really cool. And I always want to help other people as much as I can. As much as I learn, I want to be able to share too. Yes.
And, so, Mr. Kurt, you know, I got to get as many questions. I tell you, I'm so excited about you being here because he just flies in, you know, sneak in town. And, you know, you and I have been working together. You've also worked personally with Deli. Yes. And will you be performing one of the songs that Kurt worked on with you?
Probably.
Okay,
so.
Great.
Yeah.
A big shout out to Kurt. I got my bell. Big shout out to Kurt because it has truly been a pleasure knowing you and working with you. And I just appreciate the personal time and effort that you have taken to work with me. You know, I caught the train to Connecticut and spent a couple of days. Also, shout out to Tony Blunt.
Yeah,
hey, Tony. Yes, and you know, we'll talk. This is not about me, but I do appreciate it. We're going to be releasing Make Me Wanna soon, so people can hear what we've been working on.
Yes.
And some other projects. So what we're getting ready to do is we're going to show Deli's latest video and it's called Space to Move.
Yes.
And then after that, the face and the voice that you will see and hear is Miss Deli Rowe. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Good evening.
Everything I've been through and everything that I've seen has turned me into the woman that you see. Behind all of the smiles and all your favorite melodies were a fistful of tears, years full of pain. Y'all don't hear me. Give up on the music was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe I'll take a career change. That'll probably keep me sane. But then I think, what about the people? See, I make music for they mental. See, I make music they can vibe to. But girl, what about you? I need my space to breathe. Here's what you want, what you thought. 'Cause I don't, I got nothing to prove. Just give me my space to move. Some time, even now I just can't see how this will all turn out. So excuse my lack of belief, yeah. And you may wonder how I could feel this way when everybody's they calling my name and everybody wants to play in the game. I just turn it down, tune it out to heal me. I could do this for the money, and that would make it all easy. Ain't no thought in that. I put my heart in this. I got things to share. Everybody wanna tell it, but they don't know it like I do. So please let me have my moment. Put me back after this episode, yeah. I need my space to breathe. Here's what you want, what you thought. 'Cause I don't got nothing to prove. Just give me my space to move. It's my thoughts, what I want, and
What's up, everybody?
Everything I've been through and everything that I've seen has turned me into the woman that you see. Behind all of the smiles and all your favorite melodies were a fistful of tears, years full of pain. Y'all don't hear me. Give up on the music was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe I'll take a career change. That'll probably keep me sane. But then I think, what about the people? See, I make music for they mental. See, I make music they can vibe to. But girl, what about you? Give me my space to breathe. It's what you want, what you thought. 'Cause I don't. I got nothing to prove. Just give me my space to move. What I want, and I want what I want. You know it took some time, even now I just can't see how this will all turn out. So excuse my lack of belief, yeah. And you.
Hey everybody, we are back. That was my new music video, Space to Move. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You can always check it out on my website at deliroad.com. I want to thank Wendy so much for allowing me to be here on her show today, as well as my homeboy Kurt, who's in the building. I also want to give a shout out to Marcus Eshad over here on the keys holding me down. And let's get into it. I hope you guys enjoy this. Hey Facebook Live people. Love. So many things I've gotta tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility you look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name, from then on I knew that by you being in my life, things were destined to change. Love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurts. Love, for better or worse, I still will choose you first. Many nights I cried from the things you do. Felt like I could die from the thought of losing you. I know that you're real, with no doubts and no fears and no questions. Oh, love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joy and hurt. Love, for better or worse, I still will choose you first. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you, Wendy.
Where are my claps?
Hey, Marcus, let's see. Deolano Foster Butler says hello. All right. Thank you, everybody, for showing love. They try to tell you you're not pretty enough to make it in this industry. You gotta have some sex appeal about you. They don't care about you. Maybe that's why all these girls out here searching for stardom, scrolling on 4 hours through every filter, but don't like what's in the mirror. One more time. They try to tell you you're not pretty enough to make it in this industry. You gotta have some sex appeal about you. They don't care about you. Maybe that's why all these girls out here searching for stardom, scrolling on 4 hours through every filter, but don't like what's in the mirror. Here we go. So don't be blind, you ain't gotta fall for the trend when you know you're perfect how you are. You're good enough, you're good enough, you're good enough, you're good enough, yeah. Stop wondering if you got what they want when you don't fit the formula. You're good enough, you're good enough, you're good enough. Oh, don't know what the Father gave you, that's what Mama told you, but that went out the window when you saw the dollar signs, 'cause they knew your price. And so you gave it all up for the love of sex, drugs and rock and roll, sold your soul for a piece of gold. How long will you go? One more time there. They try to tell you you're not pretty enough to make it in this industry. You gotta have some sex appeal about you. Oh, yeah. Oh. And so you gave it all up for the love of sex, drugs and rock and roll, sold your soul for a piece of gold. How long will you go? Yeah. So don't be blind, you ain't gotta fall for the trend when you know you're perfect how you are. You're good enough, you're good enough, you're good enough, you're good enough, yeah. Stop wondering if you got what they want when you don't fit the formula. You're good enough, you're good enough, you're good enough. Mr. Marcus, he shot on the keys, y'all. I thought he was going to take a solo, but that's okay. That song is from my last project called The Art of Possibility. You can find that everywhere music is sold and on my website. Music, music, music. Hey, let's go. Music, you make my world go round. Music, yeah. I don't know how I live without you, music. Oh, snap your fingers if you're listening. Music, you make my world go round. Music, if you love it like I do, you will sing it like I would. I don't know how I live without you, music. Thank you, Facebook Live. We appreciate you. That was also on my last EP called The Art of Possibility. Marcus produced that one if you ain't know. Hey. Hey, come on. Human beings to a mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? And what's a god to a non-believer who don't believe in anything? We make it out alive. All right, yeah. No church in the wild. Hey, one more. Oh, human beings to a mob, and what's a mob to a king? What's a king to a God? What's a God to a non-believer who don't believe in anything, yeah. We make it out alive. All right, yeah. No church in the wild. Hey, let's take it. You rule in the way that I move. I breathe your air, yeah. You only can rescue me, yeah. This is my prayer, yeah, yeah. If you were mine, if you were mine, I wouldn't want to go to heaven, yeah. Hey, I cherish the day. I won't go astray. I won't be afraid. You won't catch me running. I cherish the day. I won't go astray. I won't be afraid. You won't catch me running. You rule in a way that I move. Hey. Only you can rescue me. Cause if you are mine, if you are mine, oh, I wouldn't want to go, no, to heaven, heaven, heaven. Oh, I cherish the day. I won't go astray. I won't be afraid. You won't catch me running. I cherish the day. I won't go astray, no. I won't be afraid. You won't catch me running. You rule in a way that I move. Rule in the way that I move. That was a good old Sade. Thank you guys so much. Now this is the one everybody loves. This has that DC go-go feel to it. Oh, oh, oh. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, you gotta take your time. Learn and grow. Oh, walk the path of life. If you run too fast, yeah, you surely fall. So why not make it last? Cause I know you wanna be, yeah, everything you see in your dreams. Your time is soon. Fall in love with your journey. Every step is worth the fall. So keep climbing till you feel less. Oh, keep walking till you run. Keep giving. You'll never be empty. You'll never be empty. You'll never be empty, no. You gotta take the chance. Let go of your insecurities. Oh, oh, oh. You were made to walk in authority. So take your rightful place. When will you see you are what the earth needs? So shine your light. Oh, don't stop believing. telling you fearless. Keep walking, telling you run. Keep giving. You'll never be empty. You'll never be empty. You'll never be empty. No, no, keep climbing, telling you fearless. Keep walking, telling you right. Keep giving. You'll never be empty. You'll never be empty. You'll never be empty. Everybody, if you're listening, say, oh. Oh, thanks, Wendy. Oh, that was good. One more time, everybody. Say, oh, oh, one more. Oh, never be empty. No, 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 never be empty. No, never be empty. No, never be empty. No, yeah. Thank you, everybody. All right. All right, we got one more. So I want to thank you guys again for listening to us. This next song I'm going to do is called Let It Be. This is actually on my new project called Smile Again. You can find it on my website at delirow.com. You can find it on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, but go to my website and get it. Thank you guys, everybody on Facebook Live. We appreciate you all for listening. Make sure you tune in next week too. Caught up in a daze. It feels like no one is you. You won't be alone tonight. If you learn to free you had your share of heartache. You're not the one to blame. If you face the fear you'll feel, love will find you again. You had your share of heartache. You're not the one to blame. If you face the fear you feel, you're fine. So let it be beautiful. Let it be beautiful. Let it be beautiful. Let it be beautiful. Don't try to define it. Let go of what you know. Oh yeah, live in what it has become. Make a masterpiece from your flaws. Yeah, yeah, you had your share of heartache. You're not the one to blame. If you face the fear you feel, love will find you again. Had your share of heartache and you're not the one to blame, no. If you face the fear you feel, you'll find. Let it be beautiful. Let it be beautiful. Let it be beautiful. Let it be beautiful. Oh, let it be beautiful. Let it be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, let it be beautiful. Yeah, let it be beautiful. Thank you guys again for listening. My name is Deli Row. You can find me at delirow.com. If you're on Facebook, Deli Row Music. Thank you guys again. Thank you again, Wendy. Thank you.
just don't understand. I wish we had even more time. I wish we had even more time. But, you know, we do what we can. Make sure you guys continue to support. Oh, okay. I know you can hear me. But it is very important. One of the reasons that I'm doing this, one, I don't get paid for this. I just think it's important to do your part in helping people realize their dream and follow their dream and move forward in their dream. Music has always been a musical dream of mine, and so I do what I can, and still keeping, you know, my music first and forefront, but still helping to encourage others. So we're going to end the show. Again, thank you. I have some other things that are coming that will be in the works, and I'll make sure I keep you guys connected in what I'm doing. Remember to go to the website, wendyrhicks.com. If you are interested in doing an acoustic set, then go to the contact form and hit me up. There are some requirements. Not any and everybody can perform. We do want to make sure that we maintain some integrity with the performances. Wait a minute, come back here. I need to read that. So we're going to end the show. We're going to end the show with the Set Your Mind, Set Your Week segment. And it is, yesterday you said tomorrow. Procrastination is a killer of our dream, and I'd like to thank Miss Joy Pinkney for that contribution. Happy Joy.
Thank you, Joy.
And the fan the flame for that, which is the inspirational quote and the suggestions to help you to follow that quote, is again, just don't procrastinate. You know, if there's little things that you can do, make that phone call that you've been committing yourself to make but didn't pick up the phone to do. Reach out to your network of friends. You know, collaborate, support. Do all the things that you have to do to stay engaged, and it might be baby steps, but you're still moving forward in your dream. So we're going to end the show with the video. We're going to do the Uncle Charlie set. Whoa. I want to also make sure I thank Mr. Kurt Hoffler. Mr. Kurt, make sure he's K Music Studios, and his website is kmusicstudio on studiosonline.com.
Yes.
Make sure you hit him up. He's in town visiting more often here lately, and I'm happy to hear that. Make sure you hit him up. Again, Deli, tell people how to stay connected.
You can find me delirow.com, of course, Twitter, Instagram at delirow, Facebook, I'm on there as delirow. I would love to connect with you. And thank you again, Wendy.
Oh, thank you guys, and continue to watch. Bring friends. You know, I look forward to hearing from you. If you guys have suggestions on things that you'd like to see on the show, anything that you think could help the show, I'm here for you. So please do so. Love you so much. Thanks again. See you next week. Stay tuned for the Pink Fox.
My life is a gift from you, blessed from heaven, that's for sure. So every day I live, give thanks to you. I haven't been perfect, and that's okay, and you still show love my way, yeah. Please don't leave me, stay, 'cause I know the sun doesn't shine, the rain doesn't fall, and there wouldn't be a twinkle, twinkle, little star. And just like we have winter, spring, and summer, fall, I can always count on you, because you never let me down. You've always been around for me, and my trust for you will never leave. It will never leave, because you know my destiny. So I believe. Every day my faith gets stronger, and knowing you're there, I hang on a little longer. Sometimes life gets a little hard, hey. Your times are tough, so hard to bear. I get weak sometimes, I feel you really don't care. But when I open my eyes and look out the window and see that the sun doesn't shine and the rain doesn't fall, and there wouldn't be a twinkle, twinkle, little star, yeah. And just like we have a winter, spring, and summer, fall,